Good morning and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. This week we're looking at some children's nursery rhymes and twisting them a bit to see some deeper meanings for our faith. Today I want to explore Humpty Dumpty. Let's start with the rhyme itself. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Now, no one is sure where this rhyme came from, and there are some who speculate that it refers to one of several political leaders or kings who lost their kingdom and were never able to get back in power. The most likely origin, however, is that this rhyme began as a riddle. What is it that if it falls off a wall and breaks, can never be put back together? The answer is an egg, of course. And in Lewis Carroll's book, Through the Looking Glass, Humpty Dumpty appears as an egg, and that's how everyone has perceived it ever since. Another interesting suggestion was that it related to a game that girls would play. The game called for them to sit in a circle and to grab the edge of their skirt with both hands and then throw themselves backwards. The game was to try to right themselves and get to a standing position without ever letting go of their skirt. And I think that's where we come in. So often in life we fall, and our world lies shattered and broken around us. We sit and stare at the pieces of shattered hopes and broken dreams, and we don't know what to do. We don't seem able to put things back together the way they used to be. I think about the story that Jesus told that we call the prodigal son. The young man had told his father, "Let it be to me as if you were already dead." No matter how self-centered he may have been, there's a loss there too. And then he goes off and wastes his inheritance until there he is, a nice Jewish boy, fallen so far that he's feeding some very unkosher pigs. Can't you sense how his world has fragmented around him? And I think about Zacchaeus and that moment when Jesus comes to his house. Zacchaeus was a tax collector who had gotten his wealth by taking advantage of others. And on that day in Jericho, he met Jesus, and he was transformed by Jesus. Yet before he came to faith, before he promised to restore all that he had defrauded and more, there must have been that moment when Zacchaeus saw himself true and saw the crumbles of his life in the light of God. We've been there. But here's the good news. What all the king's horses and all the king's men can't do, Jesus does. We may be toppled over, but it is Jesus who sets all things right, who sets us right. There are a lot of great falls in our life. We have the gift of a greater resurrection. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.